Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Cancer for September 2011, and this also applies if you have a Cancer ascendant. So my Cancerians, this month it's not going to be a dull month, that's for sure. There's going to be a hell of a lot happening in yourself and your relationships, your finances, your money, your security, your home, learning. So a lot going to be triggered for you this month. And for the first couple of weeks of this month, we've got Mars in your first house. And this is still an important time to be taking action, to being proactive in your life, and especially being proactive about the things that you want. Because there's a lot been going on in your relationships. Some deep transformative experiences have been going on, and I think with Mars coming into this first house, being in this first house for this first couple of weeks, I do think you may experience some power struggles where you really may need to stand up for yourself. You might be feeling controlled in a relationship in your life, and you may need to just say, hey, no more, I'm breaking out. And if ever there was a time for you to be assertive and confident, Cancerians, the first couple of weeks of this month, the aspects are in your favour. Now, that isn't to say that it necessarily is going to be all pleasant and all sweetness and light, but it is in your favour to take action and to move forward and not allow things that you're not happy with to fester. Because there is a tendency sometimes to allow that to happen, Cancerians. You don't want to look at the unpleasant things and you'd rather sweep them under the carpet. Things are going to come out this month, especially in respect to your relationships. Any kind of relationship, that is. Love, business, all kinds will be triggered. Friendships, all of them. Now, the second week of the month, we've got Mars into your second house and Mercury there too for some of the month. So it's a really important time to put energy into your money-making abilities. Okay? Don't just sit back. Don't just be full of thoughts. Really push forward, press forward, be very determined. The last 2 weeks of the month are favourable for you to press forward, to be making more money, to be earning more money, but you have to be proactive. Mars is the planet of action. It's a doing planet, and you really have to keep going. Don't get discouraged, don't be put off. If one thing doesn't work, try another thing. Don't be put off, be persistent, hang in there, be that really tenacious crab that you are, because when you really get a hold of something, you don't like to let go. So keep going and push forward in the financial area. We've got Venus in your third house, a lot of planets in the third for much of this month, particularly the first couple of weeks. And so this is a great time for learning, for communicating, for networking, for sharing information, for doing something online, for doing social networking, for maybe increasing your knowledge of social networking, for maybe exploiting it more in your business, in your work, in your life even. But it's a good month for connecting with people and also connecting with neighbours in your community, the people around you. It's also good for making short trips, for little flitting here and flitting there, a bit of this and a bit of that. But especially good for teaching and for learning and for studying. So for those of you going back to school this month, it's going to be a good start to the month, to the term. We've got also Venus coming into your fourth house for the last couple of weeks of the month, and also a lot of activity there in the last week of the month as well in this house of home. And I know Cancerians, for many of you, it's been disrupted, or you're not feeling as safe as you were. It's all a little bit uncertain. But the last couple of weeks of this month, there's a light shining on it. There's some good aspects coming, connected to home, connected to family, connected to a move even. So take advantage of this and do something nice in the home. Do something that makes you feel good in your environment, even if it's just as simple as baking a cake or making a beautiful fresh coffee, or whatever it is that gives you that uplift of your senses. Because I think you need that, especially in your home area, because there has been so much disruption. Just a lot of disruption for you Cancerians in home, in relationships, in work, all been going on. The first week of the month, very good for any kind of social relationship with the Sun conjunct Venus there. And Sun-Saturn conjunct in the second week of the month, so very good for organising, good for planning, good for conserving your energy and being more focused with your energy. And the last week of the month, we've got Uranus opposite the Sun, and that's the 10th, 4th house. So you may have a surprise at work, a surprise at home, a surprise from your family. Something different, something unexpected. So there you have it, my dear Cancerians. You might want to ask me a question for $25 about your home, about whether you're moving, about timings for finance, for work, for relationships, travel, study. And I'll answer it in an email of up to 150 words. Or you might want to have an in-depth reading or a financial reading so that we can go in depth into your particular aspects and how you can make best use of the aspects for this year coming up. So I wish you a great month and I thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.